So for the past 3 weeks, we have been learning how to square root numbers, and we need to now review how to square root letters. So does anybody remember how to do it? From Algebra 1 and from Geometry, 2 years in a row. Andrew, I know you're not shaking your head, son. Good grief, you're killing me, Smalls. Nobody remembers? Huh? You can do it in pairs, but why are we doing it in pairs? Pairs mean what number? 2. Why are we doing pairs? Why are we doing the number 2? It's a what, Mike? And square root means how many? 2. So you're going to do 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Can you divide 5 by 2, though? No. So you have to ask yourself, what is the number underneath 5 that will divide by 2? 4. But look, if somebody takes $1 from you, you're going to be ticked, right? You can't change the meaning. You can't go from 5 to 4. You still have to have 5 of them. There you go. Because remember, when you multiply the bases, you add the exponents. You remember that from Algebra 1 Geometry? So this gets to come out as d to the 2. Yep. Square root of d. Yep. There you go. All right, 13. A to the 6. He's even. I can take him out as what? A to the 3. Yep. But I have to fix the 9. So how do I fix him? Well, inside first. 8, yep. And just a B. Very good. Now he gets to come out as what? 4 square root of B. All right, what about 14? Is there anything that I can go ahead and take out? G and J. Very good. So that would be G to the 4th and J to the 6th. But then I have to fix the H to the 11th. 10 and 1. Perfect. H to the 5th. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I have to do them in alphabetical order, right? Y'all okay? Is this bringing some memories back, hopefully? I might have to be dragging and pulling them out, but hopefully it'll bring some memories back. Alright, 15 is different because 15 incorporates the numbers that we've been reviewing for about 3 weeks and the letters that we just started reviewing today. So numbers are different. Do you remember how to do the numbers? Perfect square. What's the perfect square that goes into 18? 9 times what is 18? 2. Because you still have to have 18. It's just 9 times 2. All right, now the letters are different. How do you do the letters? Very good. The even number is 12. So what if we were doing cube roots? What would we divide by if we were doing cube roots? Divide by 3, which we're going to get to. What are we going to divide by if we're doing 4th roots? 4, which we're going to get to eventually. Are y'all okay? The reason we're doing this now is so that later when we get to it in math, it'll be a lot easier for us, okay? So the 9 gets to come out as 3, and the W to the 12, W to the 6, and then the 2W is left inside. Are y'all okay? Take this seriously so that when we get to it, it will be easier, okay? All right, last one. Here we go, justification. So you got Stephen and you got Jade, and they're supposed to solve that trapezoid formula for what? B sub 2. Very good. All right. So the first step, they moved that 1/2 H, right? Did they both do it right? On the first step? They're the same on the first step. Are they okay on the first step? Yes. All right, what about the second step? You're trying to get B sub 2 by itself, right? So how would you move that B sub 1 over? You would subtract it. Very good. And so who is right and who is wrong? Or are they both right or are they both wrong? Stephen's wrong. Very good. Why is Jade correct? Because she can subtract. Well, let's give a little bit more mathematical answer.
Stephen put B1 in the numerator.
Very good. And this is like saying this h can be divided between both of them. This is like b sub 1 over h. That's not right. It's just subtract b sub 1. So Jade is correct because Stephen put b sub 1. He can subtract. He just didn't do it right. Stephen put b sub 1 in the fraction. There we go. Y'all okay? All right, I need to pass out the notes for today because I'll let y'all leave without doing that yesterday. So, pass these all back. Yeah, we're going to do that if we can once we finish. Remind me, okay? But I got to make sure I keep them separate from your test when I hand it back to you. Okay, today is like beyond easy, which is a good thing because it's Friday, right? But it is so extremely important, but it is so extremely easy. So you need a graphing calculator. So last call, if you do not have a graphing calculator, please go get one. Last call. All right, very first learning target. You can either look at this paper that's on the front of your notes, or you can look on the board where they always are. What is the very first learning target that we are going to do? So extremely easy, but so extreme. I cannot tell you how important it is. All right, so here we go. Hopefully we have learned, some of us the hard way, about making sure we know our vocab for our tests. So the very first one, what is a rectangular array of variables or constants in horizontal rows and vertical columns, usually enclosed by brackets, called? Matrix. Matrix is the singular word. Matrices is the plural word. Okay? Okay. All right, so here's what you need to know. You need to know that it is row by column. And basically this stuff, the reason that they made matrices was so that your calculator could solve the systems of equations that we just got finished doing. So I am about to make you very mad next week and show you how to do the challenge problems on your calculator. So, that'll be next week. So you have to learn how to do it the hard way first, though, to appreciate it. All right, all you have to do is tell me how many rows there are. 2 by, and yes, you have to make sure you put that X, and there are 3 columns. So rows are left and right, columns are up and down. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, you just stated the dimensions. Told you it was easy. All right, what about number 11? How many rows? No. 3 rows. Rows are left and right. Columns are up and down. How many columns? 1. Yes, it is extremely important that you put it in that order, and no, you cannot put it in the other order. All right, what about 12? How many rows? 4, 5, 3. Perfect. 13?
3.
By 3. This is a special one right here. This is called a square matrix. Make sure you know that terminology. Why is it called a square matrix? Because they're exactly the same. Very good. Huh? What do you mean? Well, you could have a 5. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. Because if not, then the negative looks like a subtract if you put them too close. All right, what about 14? How many rows? 2 And how many columns? 5. 15?
3.
5? 2. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, you just did your first learning target. And this is the first lesson that is not a review, by the way. This is the first for real Algebra 2 lesson. All right, 16. What's our second learning target that we're supposed to know how to do?
I can solve equation involving.
Okay, these are extremely easy solving, all right? But what I want you to make sure, what I want you to take away from this is being able to match up these numbers together. So 2x matches up with which one over here? The 5. That's what you need to take away from this. So you need to say 2x is equal to 5 and divide, and what would be that x value? 2.5. Perfect. You can use a decimal because it terminates. All right, what about the 3? What's it line up with over here? 3y. Divide, and you get 1. All right, what about 3z? 9. Divide, and you get 3. Perfect. Y'all okay? All right, what about number 17? 4x matches up with which guy over here? 12. So x equals 3. All right, 3y matches up with -1. Very good. Divide and be careful. We do not use decimals unless they terminate. -1/3. That would be 0.333333, and that does not terminate. All right, what about 18? 4x matches up with 15 plus x, the whole thing. Now, how do you solve for x on this one? Because this is different. Minus the x. Very good. Very good. Perfect. All right, what about the 5? What's the 5 match up with?
2y minus 1.
The whole thing, right? 2y minus 1. Add the 1, yeah, you get 6.
Minus 3.
Perfect. You don't get what? Are you okay? Okay. All right, last one. Here we go. 4x minus 3. Do you see how there's a big gap between the 4x minus 3 and the 3y? Those are not together. So the 4x minus 3 is together. And what's it pair up with? The 9, because they're both on the first row in the first column, okay? Add the 3 over and you get 12. Divide and you get perfect. All right, what about 3y? What's he match up with? Perfect. So what do you get? -5. Very good. All right, this guy down here says 7 equals 7. Is that 7 equals 7? Yes, it does. Is there any letter to solve for?
No.
You done. Okay, there's no letter. All right, 13 equals 2z plus 1. Subtract the 1, you get 12. Divide by 2, and you get 6. Y'all okay? You just did your second learning target then. All right, what's the third and final one for today? Add and subtract matrices, right? This is where I'm going to start teaching you how to use your calculator. All right, so the 6, what does the 6 match up with in the other matrix? -4. You have to make sure you use brackets. If you don't use brackets, you will not get your full credit. Just grab another one. There's 4 over there. So what's 6 plus -4? 2. And the 2 goes in the same spot. He goes on the top row in the left, okay? What am I going to add with the -5? The 3. They're both in the middle, so that gives you -2, and your answer goes in the middle on the top row as well. Does that make sense to everybody? All right? And then so you're going to add 9 plus 2, and that goes in the top row on the right. Y'all okay? All of them. Okay, I got to wait for batteries to come in anyway. All right, here we go. -3 plus 6, what do you get? Go. +3. -4 plus 9. 5. 5 plus -4. 1. Are y'all okay? Anybody lost? All right, here's the deal. You ready? Got your calculator? Now, please listen to my whole spiel. You ready? I know that this is going to be so much easier on paper than it is in your calculator. However, when we start doing more things next week, it will not be easier to do on your paper. It will be easier to do on your calculator. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes, no, Abby? All right. Now, you will not be able to use your calculator on your quiz, but you will be able to use it on your test when we get to the more difficult stuff. But there are so many steps to this calculator. I want to do it over and over and over so that we get the hang of it, even though it's easy, so that way we will be good to go for the harder stuff. Are y'all okay? Do you understand why I'm making you do this now? All right, here we go. Ready? Got it on? Got it ready to go? There are a lot of steps, but the more we do it, the easier it gets, okay? All right, so do you see a button right here that says matrix? What color is it in? Blue or yellow, depending on your calculator. So you hit the second button and the matrix button. Now, your numbers may pop up different than mine, or you may not have numbers at all if you have a brand new calculator, okay? So don't freak out about that. So we're going to go over to edit. Then we're going to hit enter. Okay? What is the size of our first matrix? What's the dimensions? Row by column.
2 by 3.
2 by 3. So you hit 2, enter, 3, enter. Y'all okay? All right, and let's start typing it. Now you have to be careful and watch where your cursor is. Your cursor is in the top left. So you hit 6, enter. Then it moves to the top middle. That's -5, enter. Then it moves to the top right. That's 9, enter. Are y'all okay? All right, so then we have -3, enter. -4, enter. And 5, enter. You must make sure that you hit enter after the last number. If you don't hit enter, it's not going to be able to put that number in. Did I lose anybody? Okay, now we have to do the same thing again because we have to put in our second matrix, okay? So we hit second matrix. We go over to edit, but we are not going to edit the first one. What are we going to edit? The second one. So hit the down button to the second one and hit enter. What size is the second one? 2 by 3. 2, enter, 3, enter. Over to edit and hit the down button. And then hit enter. Alright, so let's type all these numbers in. -4, 3, 2, 6, 9, -4. You're all okay? Does anybody need me? Anybody else? Okay, so you're in edit mode, right? You gotta get your calculator out of edit mode. So to get your calculator out of edit mode, you hit second quit. Are y'all okay with that? It takes you back to a main screen. Alright, so now you can tell your calculator, alright calculator, I need you to take matrix A, and I need you to add it to matrix B. Are y'all okay? So we're gonna tell calculator, second matrix, enter on A, and we need to add second matrix, and then go to B. Okay, the same thing? Y'all okay? I told you it's a lot of steps. It's much easier on paper, but we will get to a point next week where it will not be easier on paper, okay? It will not be, trust me. Take the challenge problem, for example. Was that easier on paper? No, it was not, okay? All right, so let's go to number 2. Here we go. Number 2. What are we doing on this one? We're subtracting, so I have 8 minus negative 4. How much is that? 12. That goes in the top left. I have 7 minus 3. How much is that? 4. Negative 10 minus 2. Perfect. And negative 6 minus negative 12. Positive 6. Are y'all okay? You will have to use your brain on your quiz. But on your test, you will get to use your calculator. You ready? All right, here we go. Let's go back over it. If you got a little lost, stop what you're doing if you got a little lost, and let's do it again. Here we go. So you go to second matrix, go over to edit, hit enter. What size is the first matrix here? 2 by 2. Then you have to type all these numbers in to tell the calculator. You're going to 8, enter, 7, enter, negative 10, enter, negative 6, enter. Then we have to go back to second matrix to put in our second matrix. So second matrix, over to edit, but do not edit the first one. You're going to edit the second one. What size is our second one? 2 by 2. So you hit negative 4, enter, 3, enter, 2, and negative 12. Y'all okay so far? All right, but we're in edit mode. How do we get our calculator out of edit mode?
Quit.
Second quit. And then you have to say, hey, calculator, I need you to take matrix A and subtract matrix B. So you go second matrix, don't edit it, hit enter on A, subtract, second matrix, go down to matrix B, hit enter, enter one more time, and you should get the same numbers. Are y'all okay? All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to try just number 3 and only number 3 in your head first. Then I want you to try it on your calculator, because if you notice, it gets a little bit easier each time you do it. It's a little bit easier each time. So let's just keep practicing our calculator for next week. Do it in your head first, then do it on your paper. Do it in your head first, then do it on your paper.
I'm not going to press on the calculus first.
Alright, did y'all get 12-1, negative 12-1? And then are you checking it in your calculator? Make sure you get the same answer. You may need help. Make sure you checked it in your calculator. Last time I gave the ACT, there was probably 2, if not 3 matrix problems on there. So if you're taking it in October, this will be something new in front of you. Alright, anybody need an extra second? Anybody need help? All right, here we go. What about number 4? What do you notice is different about number 4 from 1, 2, and 3? Their what? Their dimensions are different. So read the directions to yourself real quick. What, Andrew? It's impossible. Very good. Very good. Because they do not have the same. There's nothing to match it up with. They're not the same, so you can't match them up. All right, what about number 5? What are you going to do here? You're going to subtract them. Let's subtract them real quick. What do we get? Quick, come on, let's go. 13. Keep going. Oh, negative 7. Yep. What's the second row? Yeah. Positive 18. What else? 4. Very good. Last row? 5. Yeah. Negative 8. Positive 9. Yep. You're all okay with that one? I think we got the hang of the calculator, right? So we'll take a break from that one for a minute. All right, what about number 6? That is not a matrix. Why is negative 4 not a matrix? It's not in the brackets. It's just a number, right? So what do we do to that negative 4?
You multiply everything by negative 4?
You just multiply everything by... Now, multiplication is where things get really hairy and really funky, but this one's an easy one, okay? So we're just going to multiply this one, and what would we get for our first row?
48.
Yep. Positive 48.
Negative 24. Negative 60.
Yeah, hold on. I was looking at the wrong number. Hold on. Negative 24. Negative 60. Yep. Keep going.
Negative 16.
Negative 16. Yep. Keep going. What's the bottom row?
24.
52.
52. Very good.
36.
Yeah.
And then
Negative 32.
Yeah. Very good. Y'all okay? All right. How would we type this one in our calculator? Go to your matrix. Yeah. Go to edit. Enter.
Okay.
What's the matrix?
2 by
Negative
4.
4. Wouldn't it be like negative?
No, negative 4 is not a matrix. We already said that.
2 by 4.
2 by 4. Very good. This is your matrix, the thing inside the brackets. So you'd have negative 12, 6, 15, 4, negative 6, negative 13, negative 9, and 8. Y'all okay? And then you hit second quit. Times matrix A. Very good. Very good. Y'all okay? Anybody lost? Okay. Let's try to finish these last ones up real quick, in about a few minutes. And then I'll let y'all work on your homework. Here we go. Number 7. What does it want us to do? Add A and B. So add them together. What do you get? Go. 11.
3.
Negative 3.
That's
Positive 5.
And then
Negative 5. Very good. Is anybody lost? Okay. What's the only thing it wants us to do on number 8? Multiply 4 times C. So multiply that, and what do you get? 32. 8.
Negative 8.
Yeah.
4. Negative 36.
Yeah. Is anybody lost about where I'm getting these numbers? If you are, for goodness sake, speak up. All right, what about number 9? What's it want you to do here?
Multiply A times
All right, let's do A times 7 first. What do we get when we do A times 7?
0.
Yeah.
Negative.
Yeah.
56.
Uh-huh.
And
84. All right, then we're going to subtract. And what do we want to do on the next one? B times 2. Very good. What do I do when I multiply B times 2? 22. 8. Yep. Negative 34. Very good. And then we're going to subtract them. And what do you get? Yeah. 57. There you go.
Negative 50.
No, we're gonna do negative 40.
What?
Negative 40.
What is negative 41?
Okay. Yeah, it was this.
This one? That one's supposed to be negative 57. That's right.
No, wouldn't it be 52 though?
Which one, dear?
56 minus negative
Oh, I thought, I'm like, I haven't even written that one down yet. Okay. 56 minus negative 6?
6.
That'd be 62. Yes. Is that the one y'all were having issues with? Okay. All right. What's the last one? 118. Is that right? There you go. All right. Number 10. Last one. What do we do on that guy?
You multiply 0 times 5.
There you go. Let's do that first. What do we get when we multiply D times 5?
Negative 10, negative 8.
Uh-huh.
And 0.
Yeah. What about the second row?
And you get 20.
How much? 60. How much? 65. There you go. And then 5. And then we're going to add that with C. Yellow face of flour. Add them together and what do you get? Yeah. Uh-huh. Perfect. What about the second row? 21. Yeah.
56.
Yeah. Perfect. Now, okay? Okay. So, homework tonight is page 3. The whole thing. Don't freak out. Because they really don't take that long. 1 through 6 you should get done in about 10 seconds, right? And then the other ones are just solving. Are y'all okay? Alright, look at the bottom 2 down there on page 3. Look at the bottom 2 on page 3. Bottom 2 on page 3. Page 3, page 3. Bottom 2. So you're going to have, on 19, you're going to have 2x equals 6y. And you're going to have y plus 2 equals x. We just got finished taking a test where it had x's and y's all together. Because remember, matrices were just another way to do this. So what do we have to do? You got to use substitution. Yes, ma'am. Because all matrices are is just an easier way to do systems. Okay? Y'all try those. They're due on Tuesday. This will be the very first assignment due for second quarter. So please don't not turn in.